Hello and welcome. This is From the Territory. Thank you for joining us again this week. Spiritual message from the pulpits, including supporting that is prayer for the new administration to succeed, as well as our correspondent Hakimat Aliu will be reviewing the health sector in the last administration, including interesting stories. Of course, as we used to do it, bringing you reports from the grassroots. I am Tessie Omeri. We thank you for joining us. Thank you for staying with us. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been described as a leader whose style of leadership since his days as governor of Lagos State till date has been unique. Hence, their devotion in prayers for victory was not in vain. This was a submission of Muslim and Christian clerics who converged under the umbrella of the Nigerian Clerics Association to pray and appreciate God on behalf of the newly inaugurated President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Rosemary Motley Bilal has details.
This gathering is for one purpose, to pray in unison for the success of the new administration led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The group, who are optimistic with his track record, expressed confidence that Nigeria should be patient and give the new administration time to execute campaign promises.
It's not about age, it's about what he can deliver. And all we owe him is prayer, that God will grant him quality men and women that will have Nigeria at heart and deliver to us the dividends of democracy. That is what we are praying for. That is what we are looking for.
Yeah. Pray and wish that this come to reality, because we hope that it's not just going to be a dream achievement, but also a dream achieved and implemented.
The organizers said Nigerians' choice of electing Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president was a right one.
We're involved in election observers to make sure that our president, Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu, will become the president that we have today, because we believe in him so much.
He has worked, we have seen what he has done when he was the governor of Lagos State, and we expect more as the president of the Federal Republic.
The Nigerian Clerics Association is an organization who always devotes their time to seek the face of God in prayers for the success of the nation. Rosemary Motley Bilal, NTA News.
Many thanks, Rosemary, still from the pulpit. Amidst daunting challenges facing Nigerian citizens, House of Victory Redeemed Christian Church of God Senior Pastor Paulo Olutunde declared hope and greatness for citizens in Nigeria and across the world. He made the declaration during a Thanksgiving service tagged Unlimited God and also prayer for the new dispensation. Hadiza Godwin Ebuni has more from other churches she visited.
It was a soul-lifting service at the Redeemed Christian Church of God, House of Victory Parish, Wuse Zone 2. As senior pastor of the church, Paul Olutunde called on every Christian to avoid distractions and focus on proclaiming the three angels' message, biblical messages that call people to return to the worship of true God and believe God is unlimited.
God has been good to us, especially from the beginning of this year. Thus far, even as a nation, as a church, as a family, and as individuals, our heart is fixed no matter the situation, no matter the circumstance in the country. We just have to thank God. It is our access to the heart of God to receive from the Lord.
At the First Baptist Church, Area 11, and the Palace of Priest Assembly, it was also all about Thanksgiving. The man of God explains that God desires that everyone embraces comprehensive ministry of unity as it leads to sustainability.
A heart that knows that he has benefited from God's favor and mercy will always learn to give thanks. 4 years ago, I started with prayers and thanksgiving and asked that God should see me through. 4 years down the line, God has seen me through. Every individual is created for a purpose and to fulfill destiny. So, every individual should focus on achieving the purpose for which he is created.
The clergymen charged every church leaders and members to uphold the ministry of restoration and support the new dispensation as part of proclaiming God's message, which attracts abundant blessings. Hadiza Godwin Ebuni, NTA News.
And away from religious matters, where are lovers of train travels? We have good news. Abuja to Kaduna standard gauge train has added 2 additional trips on the corridor, now making it 4 trips daily. Statement by the Nigerian Railway Corporation shows that the additional trips will commence operations from Sunday, that is today, 4th June 2023, comprising of 2 trips from Abuja and another 2 trips from Kaduna. However, Wednesdays are exempted for maintenance. And the popular UTC market in Area 10 was this Saturday demolished by the officials and bulldozers of the FCT Development Control Department. As at the time of this report, our correspondent said neither the Development Control Department officials nor the affected traders could be reached for comments on the development after hours on the demolition exercise. Traders who are still in shock were seen evacuating remaining of their valuables to safer location. NTA News will keep you posted on more developments on the matters and the Area 10. The demolished UTC market before now was a huge commercial hub in the center of Abuja with great daily business interactions and transactions. Now let's talk health. Recent studies shows that there is a sudden rise in cardiovascular-related deaths in Nigeria. The good news, however, is the intervention of a non-governmental organization, CardioCare, which is collaborating with international partners to carry out cardiovascular outreach with a view to reducing the rising cases in Nigeria and Africa. Cecilia Julius brings us details from the outreach in Abuja.
The cardiologist now saw me at least like 2-3 times, and I was placed on this procedure, which they did yesterday. That it was successful.
Operate me. I was feeling very bad yesterday, but now I'm feeling better.
These senior citizens are beneficiaries of the cardiovascular intervention outreach by CardioCare. The medical body, in partnership with international bodies, says the intervention is a bold step towards improving access to standard healthcare services in Africa to reduce cardiovascular risk.
Heart diseases are not a death sentence in most of the cases. Yes, the survival for heart failure is still about 50% survive in 5 years, but there's been significant improvement in technology and medications, which are available now, and they're available here in Nigeria across several centers in the country.
Pace for Life are basically dedicated to the cause in Africa, sending pacemakers, ICDs to the continent to try and save people's lives, basically, prolong people's lives and save their lives.
We're working with organizations like My Heart, Your Heart, Pace for Life, Arrhythmia Alliance, and pass these along to the patients to save them money so that they can all get the devices that they require.
The group, therefore, is advocating improved health insurance system to accommodate treatment of the disease, while calling for more reportage of cardiovascular disease in Nigeria. Cecilia Julius, NTA News.
Medical experts have identified poor hygiene during the monthly menstrual period of an uninformed girl child as one factor responsible for bacterial infection. This, among other issues, resonated at the sensitization campaign by the Ray of Hope Foundation, a non-governmental organization at the Model Secondary School, Maitama. Deborah Gazaji-Maika reports.
The sensitization campaign on proper padding during the menstrual period left the students of Model Secondary School Maitama with more discovering. The girls now know that they can make do with reusable sanitary pad. The girl child in her period should not be neglected by parents due to their busy schedule.
And when I'm in pain, I told my mama and she gave me what to take or advise me on what to do.
The Ray of Hope Foundation enumerates some of the challenges every girl faces when she is in her period, which comes with anxiety and stigma. It encourages school authorities to establish sanitary pad banks in schools.
We find out that some girls absent themselves from school due to a lot of reasons. One, lack of sanitary products. One, because when they come to school and they are stained, people begin to make jest of them. So these are the things we are trying to see how we can end, and to also solicit the support of other people to see please how they can support this initiative. We need to support these girls with sanitary pads. Those kind of facilities that will enable the girl child to begin to be clean. We know of issues where people had to go through surgery because their fallopian tubes were blocked because of poor hygiene.
Students express gratitude to the organization for adding value to their lives.
I eat fruit, I take care of myself, I take my baths to make sure I'm clean.
Sanitary pad was also distributed among the students as part of activities to mark the 2023 World Menstrual Hygiene Day. Deborah Gazaji-Maika, NTA News.
Health, they say, is wealth. Still talking health. The impact of the Federal Capital Territory Health Secretariat on the productivity of Abuja's workforce and residents through the provision of qualitative services, regulations, and infrastructural needs of the health sector cannot be washed away. Let's see what Hakimat Aliu puts together in this sectoral report.
Over time, the health sector has been evolving with introduction of new technologies and innovations to keep up with global best practices. In the nation's capital, it is no different, as the health sector received the needed boost.
There was never a file that went to our permanent secretary, our honorable ministers, both upstate and the substantive minister, coming out without an approval for what we have proposed to do. So this clearly defined the priority the FCT administration has placed on health.
The administration, in dealing with health emergencies like Lassa fever and COVID-19 pandemic, also ensured the health system was strengthened.
The administration did well. The number of people that died in the whole country is unprecedented. We had fewer deaths and fewer mobilities in the FCT and the country in general.
A key mandate for the government to reposition the system for quality health care service delivery to the teeming population witnessed the revitalization of primary health care centers as an initiative. The nation's capital took the lead in this regard.
The lifespan of health system in Nigeria, particularly in FCT, it before revitalization initiative was put into place. What is revitalization anyway? I think people need to know. Here we are talking about renovating, upgrading our PSCs, equipping them with modern medical equipment. Of course, also ensuring that manpower are also in place. And we are doing that through our basic healthcare provision fund and through our budget. I know that the new government will also consolidate on this initiative of revitalizing our primary healthcare centers.
The major stakeholders highlight upgrade of FCTA hospitals with sophisticated equipment, engaging qualified personnel in the health sector, accreditation of FCT hospitals for residency training, FCT health insurance, amongst others, as worthy legacies and giant strides made during their stewardship in the Federal Capital's healthcare system. In Abuja, Hakimat Aliu News.
Thank you, Hakimat, for that review. We now take you to education. Lincoln College for Science, Management and Technology has held its maiden edition fun fair, showcasing the practicality on teaching and learning in private college. Deborah Gazaji Micah has details.
Lincoln College for Science, Management and Technology, located in Kurudu ward of the Abuja Municipal Area Council, is running diploma courses in computer science, business administration, English and mass communication, and it's about to launch a conventional university in Gombe State.
Lincoln University Malaysia is here to stay in Nigeria, as we have various programs for students who are seeking to gain admission into higher institutions.
We have been establishing young entrepreneurs, we are establishing CEOs, we are establishing leaders that will take the vision out there. We are also bringing out humanity from our students. We are taking it into the world.
The college, which has been accredited under National Board for Technical Education, MBTE, has these mind-blowing, outpouring testimonies from the students.
We deal with 80% practical and 20% theory. And so that practical, you come into class every day. You don't get to just read about what they are teaching you. It's not that the lecturer will be in class just using his words to explain things to you. You get to touch them.
Studio where you actually practice how to cast news and also present.
Worked at a bank, so everything was just effective and smooth, you know. So it really helps me a lot.
Head of Postgraduate Studies and Business Development, Fiona Iripeta, disclosed that the institution, founded in Malaysia, is basically Abraham Lincoln philosophy of education for all.
So we want people to understand that Lincoln University has a standard to uphold, and we want them to partake in that standard. We want them to enjoy the standard which we have brought down from our main campus in Malaysia down here.
When I made the inquiry, what I heard about the school was so amazing. I said, okay, let me give it a try, because, you know, in Nigeria, what we want to see is a big building, big structures and all that. But here we have a school that is just starting. I said, okay, let me give it a try. And when she went there, it was like, wow.
At the college open day, the students were allowed some practicals, buttressing the high level of academic standard in the institution. Deborah Gazaji Micah, NTA News.
The immediate cause of the latest queues in Abuja remains unknown.
Conceived with the intent to ease the flow of traffic in the nation's capital.
Whichever way it turns out, either to consolidate on the existing mandate or institute a new dispensation.
Located within the Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC. How much do people know about ADR? Are charting a path to having more youth participate in governance, in addition to building young entrepreneurs.
Residents of the Federal Capital Territory are calling on the federal government to, as a matter of urgency, look into the situation.
You don't have to regret.
Like experts say, what kills really is fear.
In Abuja,
Onoziaku,
NTA News.
Yeah, welcome back. Now, let's take you on a ride to some of our communities in the FCT. Dagbana community, for instance, in Jikoi is under the Abuja Municipal Area Council, and they're experiencing setbacks in the aspect of lack, that is, they lack social amenities and infrastructure.
Aisha. Dust everywhere. Nobody down to Dagbana, which is Jukwe extension. The road is very, very bad.
Many here in Dabana reside in this laid-back community and live for work in the city center on a daily basis. According to them, the transport operators have been exploitative. They increase the fares even for short-distance travels. This situation, they say, is even worse during the rainy season due to the poor condition of the road. Residents of Dabana appeal that the government should come to their rescue and help fix the access road as well as open up other new roads in the community. According to the residents of Dabana, government's development projects in the community can help to decongest the city center, especially in view of its proximity to Jukoi in Abuja and Karu in Nasarawa State. Aisha Bashir, NTA News.
Thank you, Aisha, for that discovery. We hope that the relevant authorities will key in and then alleviate their suffering. Moving on to another community. Secondary education is a crucial tier in tertiary education in Nigeria. It is the midway between primary and tertiary schools and a critical foundation believed by educationists to be the most important level of knowledge acquisition. Odiri Ogboru Arutere was at Piwoyi community of Amak and reports that the absence of a secondary school in the community is seen as an educational setback.
Piwoyi community is located along Airport Road, behind Legislative College. Piwoyi is one of the Gbagi villages of Amak, hosting large number of low-income earners. Despite the growing population of Piwoyi community, there is only one LEA primary school serving the people, a situation the inhabitants describe as being responsible for many school dropouts in the village.
That is leaving the Piwoyi village to the school is too risky because of most of the students used to have accidents in the road when going to school, and crossing of the road is so dangerous for the students. There's a government secondary school in Piwoyi. If the government will be able to do it, we will thank God so very much.
Parents residing in Piwoyi community say for their children to attend secondary school, they will have to travel to other villages like Lugbe, Piakasa, and even sometimes as far as the city center to access secondary school education.
It's risky because even for some of the children, crossing that main road is a very big problem to us. We are appealing for the government to come and assist us and give us senior secondary school here.
Senior secondary school students of Piwoyi community go through the stress of crossing the highway on a daily basis to access education. They therefore call on relevant authorities to come to their aid by providing them with a senior secondary school in Piwoyi community. Odiri Ogboru, Arutere, NTA News.
I agree with you, Odiri, and that aid needs to be urgent. You can see the risk of crossing that highway. But then, thumbs up to the parents for the commitment. Despite the risk involved, they want their children to get the education. Now to Baby community. The head chief, Aud Waziri, has called on government to provide the community with motorable road as the only motorable road in is the one connecting the community to the city center. Deborah was there.
Baby community is located in Gusape district of the FCT. To navigate into Baby, it will take a visitor a trip around Asokoro, AYA to access the community, which has approximately a population of more than 5,000 residents.
Baby is subdivided into two. We have Baby Sarki and we have Baby Madaki. And here is Baby Sarki, while the other side is called Baby Madaki or Baby Makranta. Brief history of this baby. The name Baby. It derived from a hunter man. There were a place which is very thick and dark, which is a thick forest. So that place, any human being can pass there without bending down. You have to crawl. Come a time that they reach one certain place inside the forest, they found a place where everybody can rise up. That is when the name were derived, Baby. In English, that is mean stand up.
However, the community